And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that yet again this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, I for one don't think that just because there's nothing resting on it, Peter, a game can lose its edge, and certainly not when you're facing opponents like this. So I hope the players will approach this with real professionalism.
Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
There's the whistle. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. Yamal. Stuani. Good spot, he's seen the run. And the shot's on here. Yamal. Eric Garcia. And Fermin. Koundé. Yamal. Lewandowski. Lewandowski! Chance here to counter. Romeo. Romeo does well to get it back. Threads one in. He's picked his way through. Decent hit! He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Had too much room. It was one of those instances when desperate measures were called for, and it was a reckless lunge.
Fantastic save, Ter Stegen. He has spurned it.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
Up for a header! And that's caused a worry or two.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Koundé. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Nice bit of trickery. He's shifting through the gears here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Nice bit of skip. Yamal! Oh, nearly. Great defending, strong and determined. Yamal. Nice control. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Has a look and has a go. A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Girona looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish.
It's Lewandowski! In he goes again! That is decidedly lacking.
Rafinha simply had to find something instinctive because of the unexpected way the ball came loose.
Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. And that's a throw-in. Fermin. And here's Lewandowski. Oh, good ball. Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Barcelona presented with a golden opportunity here. The players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. This to make it 1-0. Oh no, he's managed to miss it.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Yep, that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And that's going to be a booking. Eric Garcia. Fermin. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I would say, Peter, that the scoreline isn't entirely reflective of that first half. There's been a decent ebb and flow. The penalty obviously jumps out as the moment, but there's plenty of time left to see things change.
But it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worked a treat.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Brian Hill is offering some sort of an apology there.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Eric Garcia. Showing good feet. Has a shot! Oh! Fantastic! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And this is getting better and better. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Romeo. This is... and the shot! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Oh, it's so very disappointing, but they can't dwell on it. They've got to go again. Simple as.
Balde gets his pass away. Balde plays a sharp little ball here. And the finish! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly, not great precision.
Barcelona have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. Gets a good foot in there. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Balde. Romeo. And that has left him in a heap. And that is as far as it goes. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Eric Garcia claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans, everyone pumped. Takes me back.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.